Welcome to CitedMon.com, and our third teaching on the Shanah, or cycles of time. In this video we are going to talk about the 4 Shanah that God told Abraham about in Genesis verse 16. In our first video, and our first attempt at using Doodly to share our story, we explained to you Genesis chapter 6 verse 3 and how the 120 years was in reality 120 Jubilee cycles. This, then, means there are 120 Shanah, or cycles of time, multiplied by 49 years, for each Jubilee cycle to give us a total of 5,880 years. In our second video, in which our skills improved, we showed you how the weekly Sabbath was a weekly reminder of the 7th millennium. The 7th day of rest foreshadows the 7th millennium of rest. This is the millennium of rest spoken of in Hebrews chapter 4. The same millennium of rest that Yehovah said they would not enter into. Those who did not obey him would not enter into his Sabbath rest, which is the 7th millennium. And we have shown you how the 5 foolish virgins thought they were ready to enter that Sabbath rest. They would not obey the 10 commandments. They keep saying the commandments are done away with, when they know they are not. Some of you may also think that you can enter that rest and not obey the commandments. Yehovah is going to say, "I never knew you," to those who will not obey. Which one will you be? Genesis 15, verse 15 to 17. And you shall go to your fathers in peace. You shall be buried in a good old age. But in the 4th generation they shall come here again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it happened, the sun went down, and it was dark, and behold, a smoking furnace, and a burning lamp passed between those pieces. The word translated as generation is Strong's H1755 and is the Hebrew word dor. Dor means a revolution of time, the same as the word Shanah means a revolution of time. Yehovah is telling Abraham that in 4 revolutions of time, his descendants would be brought back to this land. But from Abraham until Moses there are 7 generations. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Levi, Kohath, Amram, and Moses. Now, you could explain it, as many do, like this. Abraham's descendants lived in the land of Canaan for a long time after God gave that promise. They didn't leave the land until the 2nd year of the famine, when Joseph was in Egypt. Apologetics start to count with Levi, when he left the land of Canaan and went to live in Egypt, but they do not count Jacob, who also went down at the same time, so we have a problem. They only count Levi, Kohath, Amram, and then Moses. But is this understanding correct? Because it was Jacob, Levi, Kohath, Amram, and then Moses, a total of 5 generations that left. And then Moses did not come back into the promised land, Joshua did. So Joshua would be the 6th generation. The year Yehovah made the covenant with Abraham was the year 1809 BC. From 1809 BC to the year of the Exodus is 430 years. The Exodus took place in 1379 BC. The 400 years begins when Isaac was 10 years old, and ends at the same time as the Exodus. Israel went down to Egypt in the second year of the famine, in the year 1599 BC. Jacob, Levi, Kohath, Amram, Moses and then Joshua brought them into the promised land in the year 1337 BC. This is more than 4 generations. So what is the 4th generation or the 4th door, or 4th cycle of time, Yehovah is talking about? When you look at the time Yehovah made this covenant with Abraham, it was the year 1809 BC. It is right at the beginning of the 3rd millennial day. Right here. This is the 4th millennial day, and this is the 5th millennial day, and this is the 6th millennial day. We are at the very end of the 6th millennial day right now. We are now in the year 2021. It is at the end of the 4th cycle of time from Abraham, the 4th door, the 4th Shanah. It is the 4th millennial day. And we only have 23 more years until the 7th millennium of rest begins. Yehovah is showing Abraham that in our time now, he will bring back the remnant of Israel, in the days directly in front of us. He has already brought back Judah. Judah is only one of the 12 tribes. Yehovah told Abraham there would be 4 cycles of time, until he would bring Abraham's descendants back to the land of Israel. This brings us to our time right now. Yehovah told Noah that mankind would have 120 Shanah, or 120 cycles of time. 120 Jubilee cycles. Again, this brings us to the very end of this 6th millennium. Our time right now. Then in the book of Hebrews, we are told that if we want to enter into the 7th millennium of rest, we must obey and keep the commandments. Again, this 7th millennium is directly in front of us and is just 23 years away. There were many who did not believe Noah until it started to rain. By then it was too late. Choose now the tree of life. At kung paano ang mga araw ni Noe, gayon din naman ang pagparito ng anak ng tao. Sapagkat gaya ng mga araw bago nagkagunaw, sila'y nagsisikain at nagsisiinom, at nangag-aasawa at pinapapag-aasawa, hanggang sa araw na pumasok si Noe sa daong, at hindi nila nalalaman hanggang sa dumating ang paggunaw, at sila'y tinangay na lahat, ay gayon din naman ang pagparito ng anak ng tao. It is time to get ready for the terrifying events directly in front of us. You can order our book, Remembering the Sabbatical Year of 2016, and you can also order the Jubilee charts at our store, at citedmon.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you get our weekly newsletter from citedmon.com. If these teachings are blessing you, then please consider supporting our work in any way you can. Go to our website and buy our books or make a donation. You can also like and share all of our videos until your whole nation is obeying Yehovah. Until next time, may Yehovah bless you and keep you. Yehovah make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yehovah lift up his face to you and give you peace. And they shall put my name upon the sons of Israel. And I, Yehovah, will bless them.